This old guy DIY video has to do with attempting to tuck the liner back in the track on our vinyl pool. So if you've watched my other videos, you may know that sometimes I hang out with this hot chick that has a pool. Earlier this year, this thing was leaking, so I put a $20 patch kit from Amazon in there. Now she has 3 feet more water than she did before. But I helped her pull the cover off today, and the corner was popped loose. So initially I tried just grabbing it and pulling it up and tucking it in, and that didn't work. So I went to the internet and Googled it, and there's some guy from Alliance Pools who says the technique to use is to actually allow water in behind the liner. That floats the vinyl away from the pool so you can stretch the entire vertical length of the vinyl as opposed to just that top 12 inches or so that's out of the water. The sun is shining pretty well today, so the liner should be warm and pliable. A few minutes ago I put my waders on and went in there and tried to tuck it in just in the state that it is now. That didn't work. So although I'm skeptical, I brought a pitcher out here and I'm going to dump some water behind the liner and see if that other guy's technique worked. And if it does work, then I'll link his video since it's only been seen a few times. Here we go. So while it was 100 degrees today, I tried pulling this liner up, just stretching it by hand. Wore some meat off my hands without success. So I finally did the YouTube technique, heated the water up till it was boiling, so you have 212 degrees. And you can see this part is tucked in. So I've tucked in about 2 feet already. Now my lovely assistant brought out another bucket of water, so we're going to tuck some more here on the end and she'll tape it. This thing will stretch up. I'm just struggling to get it at the right angle. I wouldn't say I'm very good at this, but I'm making progress. We're on the 3rd pitcher of water. And what I found is when the liner is pliable, pull it as far up here by the coping as you possibly can. So I try to get this upper edge up, and then I'm actually taking a screwdriver blade and trying to get it into that little channel. From what I read, this proprietary bead on the Kayak pool is more of a pain in the ass to deal with than your standard bead. But it's taking a little time, but we're getting there. After 4 pitchers of boiling water, this is where we ended up. So I didn't get the absolute corner, but I think that'll be fine. I might try that another day. I also see that the gap in here is about the thickness of 2 paint sticks. And I think I'll make a piece of plastic or wood that I can stick in there, so in the future if the liner tries to pop out, it can't. But in the meantime, when I started this adventure, I went to YouTube. The first video I saw that looked really easy was to take this corner, actually remove the liner from the bead lock and let a bunch of water in behind it. So I did that. I put a ton of water in behind it, but apparently down here where I had the leak initially, the dirt or whatever is washed out from behind the liner, because I ran a hose in there for 5 minutes and could not get this liner to come away from the wall. So I suspect all the water was just running out to the ground. So then I went back to YouTube, and initially I thought I was smarter than YouTube, so I just came out here when it was a 90-some degree day in the hot sun and thought this liner would stretch enough that I could get it up here and tuck it in the track. So I wasted an hour trying that unsuccessfully, just chewed up my hands a little bit. Went back to YouTube, saw guys with smiles on their face who were not sweating using this hot water technique. So in the house, just took a pan, put it on the stove, let the water come to a boil. My lovely assistant brought the water out here. We dumped it into this pitcher. I just took the pitcher, I started in one area, kind of dumped it inside, outside, whatever. I just had to touch the plastic or the rubber of the liner. And it's amazing. You put that 200 degree water on there and the stuff becomes very pliable. My technique isn't very good. I have large hands. Dexterity has never been a strong point of mine. But anyway, I got this thing tucked in, so I think it'll be acceptable. And I'll pull, oh, the other thing I noticed is I pushed this coping up. so I could see what I was doing. And as you can tell with this video, I'm in the pool. The area up here is only about 18 inches wide, so it would not have been comfortable for me trying to lean over and get the angle of the dangle. So I came in the pool, did the work from the inside with my waders on, and it all seems to have worked out okay. So thank you for watching. Thanks to the people on YouTube who showed the boiling water technique, and maybe the hot chick that owns this place will get another year or two out of this pool liner. Have a great day. This is what it looks like after the coping is put back in place. I did break this little plastic piece in the corner, so she'll order a new one of those. And this isn't tucked in all the way, but it certainly is much better than it was before, where it was out about 18 inches on this side and almost 3 feet on this side. So boiling water was my friend, and she should get to use this thing again.